A Shalom Akim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth, and that's what teaching is truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamon from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, you Akim and you Akwat that are listening, I will find this lesson edifying. And I want to do a real quick lesson based on this article that we see here on the screen from endtimeheadlines.org. And the title of the article immediately caught my attention. As it says, the title reads, it says, Bible prophecy is coming true as claims billionaires build huge underground bunkers. Let's read that again. Bible prophecy is coming true as claims billionaires build huge bunkers underground, or underground bunkers, excuse me. And these elites, okay, these elites that are in power, you know, these major banking families that are in power currently right now, okay, they understand and know what's getting ready to come. They understand and know Yahweh Shai returning with the Holy Host, or the angels, which is what the world calls UFOs, okay? They understand and know of World War III, you know, the thermonuclear missiles that are going to be shot from the ends of the earth, okay? They understand and they know these things. And the masses of the people, you know, these people that are walking around that have no clue, you know, thinking that there's going to be a 2000, the year 2050 and 2060, and thinking, you know, 100 years down the line and things of that nature. Well, that's not going to happen, okay? And these elites, they're gonna escape the destruction. Okay, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna escape the destruction. All right, they're not gonna be caught up in the thermonuclear destruction that's gonna take place, because they're gonna be the first ones that are gonna be going into slavery. Okay, when you read that in Psalm 149, let's get that real quick. All right, Psalm 149 and verse 6. All right, it says, "Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen." Okay, now this is something that hasn't happened yet. So for you Christians, you individuals like Vocab Malone, and you know, you niggas from Boston that fell out, that want to try to equate salvation to the Gentiles, where who is this applying to? All right, who is this vengeance of the heathen going to apply to? All right, who's going to be the ones that's going to be beaten with the rod of iron? Okay, who does this apply to? All right, so it says, "Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people." Okay, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. You see, so that, you know, the kings of this world is going to be the ones that are going to be, you know, they're going to be the first fruits of slavery. Okay, they're going to be the first ones that, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Al-Shab, we're going to grab out of these underground bunkers and grab out of these, you know, space stations that they got set up in these underwater, you know, these underwater systems that they have set up. Okay, they're going to be the first ones that we're going to grab out of there. All right, and they're going to be our first fruits of captivity. Okay, and that's going to be a glorious day. Okay, it says to execute upon them the judgment written. And what's that? What's one of the judgments that's written? All right, Yahweh told Yahweh Shai, said, he said, "I've given thee the heathen for thine inheritance." Okay, what's that? Psalm 2. That's one of the judgments written, and we're going to take place in that same with that same inheritance. Okay, Psalm 2 and 7. I would declare the decree, which a decree is pretty much like a law. Okay, Yahweh hath said unto me, "Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance." Okay, that's a promise that Yahweh made with Yahweh Shai. Okay, that the heathen, all right, these different heathen nations would be an inheritance unto Yahweh Shai, and he's going to share. Yahweh Shai is going to share that inheritance, all right, with his men. Okay, it said, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance." Okay, it says, "And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession." Okay, the scripture says that the nations that were incensed against us, they're going to be ashamed. Okay, so what do you think that they're going to do? Okay, they're going to try to escape the judgment written, which they're not going to be able to, but the Lord is putting it in their mind to try to escape the thermonuclear destruction, to try to escape Yahweh Shai returning from the chariots. Okay, it tells you that in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, which we'll probably get here in a minute. Okay, but let's go back here, man. It says Bible prophecy, so they understand and know. Okay, now it says opinion here, but we already know this is a fact. Okay, some of the richest men on earth are building doomsday bunkers, in a move that was predicted in the last and most dramatic book of the Bible, according to a leading podcaster. And that last book is talking about the book of Revelation. All right, where it talks about the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach from heaven. Okay, the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, the mandatory implementation of the MOTB, which is the micro C-HIP. Okay, it goes through World War I, and it lets you know about World War III. Okay, it tells you pretty much the reintroduction of this beast system that's going to be operated and ran through NATO and the EU, and it's going to fall by way of Russia. Okay. See, the Bible is a very, very prophetic book, man. It's a book full of prophecies, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says it has recently emerged that Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg, currently ranked 4th on the Forbes Billionaires list, has spent $187 million on a 1,600-acre patch of land in Hawaii. Now, why do you think that, first and foremost, why do you think that these fires took place in Hawaii? First and foremost, and then you have the super rich just buying up all that land that people lost. Okay, 1,600 acres. That's a lot of land. Why do you think that they'll just be buying underground bunkers? For what? You see? Now the bulk of the missiles are going to be hitting America, but that doesn't mean that there's going to be other missiles that's not going to be hitting and landing in the seas. You know, landing in these other different countries and different nations too. Okay? It says he's now reportedly building a luxury ranch incorporating a 5,000 square foot underground bunker. Okay, it's a second bunker, complete with its own energy and food supplies. The bunker beneath Zuckerberg's Kulu Ranch is expected to feature a giant metal door filled with concrete, a feature typical of nuclear bomb shelters. Okay, these giant metal doors that are behind mountains and things of that nature, because they already have these military bases already have bunkers. You have something called DUMBs. All right, deep underground military bunkers that they already have set up, and that leads right into biblical prophecy when you read in Amos the 9th chapter. Okay, Amos chapter 9. Verse 2, it says, though they dig into hell, and hell's talking about the grave here. It ain't talking about them digging, all the way down to a place where Christians say the spiritual demon Satan is, and there's fire flames, and you got demons and people just burning forever. Okay, them digging into hell is talking about digging into the earth. Okay, though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven in these military bunkers, or in these space stations, thence will I bring them down. Okay, and they can't escape it. The Lord is putting it in their minds for them to do these things. Okay, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, which Carmel's a mountain, I will shake and take them out thence. And though they be hid from me, and though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea. Okay, and I actually did a lesson some months back going into how they actually have pretty much what's the word I'm looking for? They pretty much have like a underwater station. As a matter of fact, just to prove what I'm talking about, let's do this. Just to prove what I'm talking about, let's go here and then let's go to your videos, because I did a lesson on it some months back. It wouldn't be, it's probably gonna be a little bit far back, but I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. It's not gonna be like too far back. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go, right here, boom. 40 right here, the 20 minute 26 20-minute and 36-second mark of how I'm not going to play it, but deep underwater base planned for 2027, and this was from endtimenews.com, something, I believe that's what the website was called. But it says this bold undersea base is planned for 2027. Can it become the International Space Station for the oceans? Now, why do you think that they will be doing that? Oh, we're doing it for research and for lab research, and it says many scientists are looking to the stars for exploration. While many scientists are looking to the stars for exploration, experts at the United Kingdom's deep research labs are setting up habitable research stations as much as 656 feet under the sea. But you got to ask yourself this question: why? It lines right back up as we see here with biblical prophecy. All right, and though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent. And who is that serpent talking about? All right, that serpent is talking about Leviathan. Okay, which is going to make an appearance too, and he shall bite them. Okay, so there's no escaping the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Even though as much as they try to escape it, as much as they try to, escape the judgment and go into the heavens, go underground, go into water, go into these mountains and try to hide from the destruction of the Lord, they're not going to be able to escape. Okay? Let's go down here. It says podcaster Christina Randall claims that Zuckerberg's bunker is just the latest of around 15 doomsday shelters being built by billionaires around the globe. Why do you think that they're building bunkers around the globe, and specifically you have these billionaires doing it? Because they're in the inside, man. They understand and know what's getting ready to come. Okay, all these talks between Russia, in their development of their hypersonic missiles, the wars and the rumors of wars that are taking place worldwide. Okay, the tensions between nations, the tensions between people, the great divisions that are taking place, man. Obviously, that means that obviously there's something that's getting ready to happen here very, very soon. Okay, it says, all right, it says it is definitely very interesting that they're choosing to build something that sounds like it could be fully self-sustaining, especially if something catastrophic happened to the world and it was no longer habitable, she said. Why not just build a regular old mansion or some kind of commercial facility that could generate Zuckerberg even more money? She stressed. This building is definitely not cheap. Yada yada yada. All right, it's going to the price of how much the bunkers cost. Here, let's just read this last paragraph. It says, with the threat of nuclear war higher than it has been in decades. Okay, and that lines up with the scripture in Isaiah 9. All right, it says that pretty much the wars of old were with garments rolled in blood, but it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire in Isaiah the 9th chapter. Okay, we're at the threat of where a great catastrophe can take place, whereas literally it's going to cause the earth to rock to and fro like a drunkard. Okay, especially with knowledge increasing, weaponry is increased. Okay, the spirit that Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai placed upon these different scientists to amplify the ICBM thermonuclear missile, okay, is just making, it's just furthering prophecy. Okay, so it says, with the threat of nuclear war higher than it has been in decades, and with climate change fueling even more regional and global conflicts, humanity is experiencing a moment of historic danger. And that historic danger, all right, lines up with the fact of a time that the world has never seen, written in Daniel the 12th chapter. At that time shall Michael, the great prince, stand up for the children of his people, and it shall be a time of trouble. Okay, let's get that real quick. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, which are the Israelites, beginning with the elect. Okay, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And that lines up with Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, for there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, meaning the elect. Okay, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. Okay, so it's going to be a time that the world, as a matter of fact, Yahweh shall also made this point too. It's at Matthew, it might be Matthew 20, it might be Matthew 25, let's see. 1 second here. I think it's Matthew the 25th chapter. Yeah, let's try Matthew 25. No, it ain't Matthew 25. Let's act. You know what? Let's do it like this. Let's go Daniel 12:1 and then cross reference because it'll probably pull up in there. That's what it is. I think Mark 13 and 19. Yep. Call hello Yahweh Shemel Shai. Mark 13 and 19 it says, For in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which the Most High created unto this time, neither shall be. You see? So it's going to be a time that it's going to be worse than the flood. It's going to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. It's going to be worse than 70 A.D. It's going to be worse than the slave ships. It's going to be the worst time that the world has ever witnessed. Okay? We'll end it off with this, Isaiah the 2nd chapter. I didn't want this lesson to be too long because I'm actually about to get ready to do a live show here in a minute. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 10 says, Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty. Okay? And that's what they're doing. You know, that's why they're building these, these bunkers and trying to establish themselves to try to be able to escape and come out like the phoenix out coming out the ashes, right? It says the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. So your money's not going to be able to save you. Your status isn't going to be able to save you. None of that's going to be able to save you. Okay? It says, let me jump down real quick. Right. Isaiah 2 and 19, and they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth. These are your underground bunkers. For fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. See? And in that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which he had made, each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, because your idols ain't going to be able to save you in that time. Your money's not going to be able to save you in that time. Okay? To go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks for fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Okay? So they're going to try to escape the judgments of Yahweh Bashem al-Shai, but they're not going to be able to escape. Okay? But like I said, this article, just caught my attention when it came to the title of it, because it definitely is biblical prophecy on why these billionaires are building bunkers, man. And it's our job to report on these things and break it down through the scriptures. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this is that final lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone that taught us his truth, and that's what teaching his truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Shalom.